Today in the Toyverse, we look at the DC Collectibles CW TV show SuperGirl action figure. And DC Collectibles has done a fantastic job on the sculpt. Aesthetically pleasing to the eye, to say the least. It does have some problems, which I'm going to break down. But first, let's go ahead and bring in Kara Zor-El here and see what's going on with her. So, the head sculpt. When this figure was announced, the head sculpt looked horrible. It looked atrocious. But thank God DC Collectibles worked their magic to give a very, very wonderful likeness to the actress here. And, you know, DC Collectibles sculpts sometimes on the head are hit and miss. On this one, I think it's particularly good. That's just my opinion, but I really do like it. Now, if we bring it down further, and we look more at the costume here, the S is painted and sculpted very nicely. The skirt is also done very nicely. The cape is the soft rubber-like material, which isn't bad. I mean, yeah, it would have been nice to have a cloth cape with bendy wire in it, but, you know, it's a little above the $20 price tag, so I can't complain too bad. The sculpting on the legs here is very nice with the netting type stocking, I guess, material, and the boots. And, you know, aesthetically pleasing, like I said. Now let's go ahead and break down sculpt, because this is where the figure tends to suffer, in my opinion. So, in terms of the head can look down ever so slightly, can look up just a little bit more, and that's kind of disappointing because this is a flying character. You don't get that chance to really move the head up to get her in some cool flying poses. As far as the upper body, there is no waist cut, there is no ab crunch, there's no diaphragm joint. That's also disappointing. I can sort of understand it with the sculpt being what it is, but I mean something. I don't know why that is, but it is what it is, so it's something you have to deal with. But the arms can go out that much. They can go back down. They can spin all the way around. You do have a lower bicep cut, and you have a single jointed elbow, and you have hands that rotate and hinge up and down, and it's the same on the other side. And to go back to the head does pivot side to side a little bit, and you can do the 360 thing if you so choose to, but be careful of the hair there. Onto the lower legs. They are inhibited, if you will, by the skirt. It is a soft rubber-like material, and if you lift it up, yes, you toy perverts, I'm lifting up her skirt and shaking the camera in the process. As you can see, the sculpt continues down. They did paint it, which is very nice. The legs hinge out about that far. Maybe a little further. But then I run into this problem. Her legs come out. It's like she's a Build-A-Wonder Woman figure. Which is a little bit disappointing because I thought I broke it at first. But I guess when you look at it, it looks like an engineering design that they knew what was going to happen. I can't speak for everyone's figure. I can just speak to mine. But with the skirt lifted up, she can kick out about that far. She can't really go back. She does have double jointed knees, but they are kind of limited by the fact that there's no thigh cut. She does have a hinge that allows the feet to go down and up that much, and there is no pivot. Now, let me bring the skirt back in. It's a lot tougher to do on camera. Mobility is terrible. So, like I said, it's a hit or miss with this. I mean, I really appreciate the sculpts here. I really appreciate what DC Collectibles is trying to do with some of the limitations they do have. But at the same time, it's disappointing to have an action figure that you can't really get action poses out of for the price point that it's at. I don't know. It's just very unfortunate. Well, let me pause the video real quick. Let me bring in her accessories. There's not a lot. There are some interchangeable hands. We'll talk that down, do a size comparison, and call it a day. So in terms of accessories, we get a set of open hands, and we get a set of gripping hands, and we get a set of fist hands. They're sculpted very nicely. They peg in and out, no problem, but to be on the safe side, I still would heat them up with a dryer or pour some hot water on them to loosen them up so you don't have any breakage. So let's bring the video back out and let's do a size comparison here. Get the camera to work with us. Move this out of the way. And here she is. Next to the DC Collectibles premium action figure Superman. Fantastic figure. Very underrated figure in my opinion. And then there she is with another DC Collectibles Arrowverse figure. That being John Constantine. So she fits in very nicely with both lines here. As far as recommending the figure, if you're collecting this line, then yes, go grab her. If you're a fan of SuperGirl, absolutely. She'll look nice on the shelf. If you just want her to pose and stuff, I'd probably say just stay away. Because unfortunately, there's not enough articulation there to give you what you really want. Personally, I do like the figure. I think it's done well enough where it's passable. But I know a lot of people have different tastes than I do. So that's where I stand on that. So, as always, thank you for the support. You can follow Undercover Capes by checking out the links in the description below. You can follow me by checking out the links in the description below. You like the background I use? Check out extreme-sets.com to pick up all your background needs for toy photography. And did I say toy photography? Well, here's the cool thing. If you go on Instagram, go to @ToyLoverCrew and use the hashtag ToyLoverCrew. Get your toy art feature if that's your cup of tea. Tell them Bob sent you. And last but not least, thanks to BigBadToyStore.com for having this figure in stock for me to review today. I greatly appreciate that. And with that being said, stay tuned at the end for the slideshow. Until next time, friends, tally ho!